We do have 9 of them that have, so they will potentially go to a 4-year college. They've enrolled, let's say that. We've got 10 that are going to enroll or have enrolled at a 2-year institution. We've got 1 that says, Mr. Smith, I am going to work. That is fine. That is post-secondary success. He wants to farm, and that's understandable. So he's going to work on the family farm. 2020 graduates, when we pulled them for their IPSs, what do they want to do? So we've got 23 potential, got 11 that want to go to a 4-year university, 7 to a 2-year, and 5 of them that have said they want to get out and work. And that's okay. Though that's my crew right there. That's part of my crew that helped build that go-kart. That crew and this crew, and you can see, so I've got 8 kids right there as far as that goes. 20 potential graduates, 10 4-year, 7 2-year, 3 potential workforce, 0 military. 2022, we've got 20 students, 9 4-year, 4 potential 2-year, 6 that really don't know. They just think they want to work. And 1 that potentially wants to go to the military. So as you get down a little bit farther, that's a group, okay, that are seniors, or juniors, or sophomores, or freshmen, and they're just not real sure about life right now. So that's okay. Well, I imagine what we'll see is we'll see those numbers change over the course of the years. 31 students in 2023, got 19 that want to go to college, 4-year, 11 that want to go to 2-year, 1 that just said, you know what, I'm going to work. And that may change, because now we're talking junior high students. Of course, of these, a lot of them want to be professional athletes, of course. I did when I was that age. Got 33 in our 7th grade class, 2024 graduates, 20 potential 4-year institutions, 11 2-year institutions, a lot of them will go to Colby, and then 1 potential workforce, because it does happen. So those are our potential post-secondary success charts, and those will change as the years progress. Our second goal, second KESA district goal, at Rawlins County Schools will develop a collaborative, civic-based culture by building relationships among faculty, staff, and stakeholders to foster a commitment to our school, our district, and our community. Okay, how are we going to do this? Okay, Rawlins County Schools, School District, USD 105, website will be a primary source of information. The calendar and other announcements will be updated for all patrons. And parents just have to jump online on our school website. I've hyperlinked the district calendar. So all they have to do is jump on the website, click the district calendar. It has all our activities, all our events. Changes if we have a snowstorm come in and we have to postpone an activity, it's all on there. Okay, along with that, sometimes we send a lot of information out. There are announcements that will be used to send out information, announcements of all district personnel, students, and families. The announcement may include a text message, a phone call, an email via our power announcement system from PowerSchool. So not only can they check that, but immediately, as soon as a decision is made on what's going to happen, we put out an announcement to all district personnel, students, staff, parents, whoever is signed up for it, that we've had this delay, or we're canceling school, or we have this activity postponed, or whatever the case may be, it goes out with our power announcement. And sometimes it is kind of a funny thing, because you'll call a parent for another issue, and they'll just sit there waiting on the announcement. Because we do. We are very open with our parents with those activities. Other things that we do, we have various groups that utilize Facebook to help announce messages of sporting events and other possible activities. Social media is huge. You can't run from it. It is a big thing. So these are all hyperlinked Facebook accounts that we use here at school with our coaches and things like that. We've got our Buffalo Boosters. This is our booster club. This is our high school Facebook page, high school football page. I'm the high school football coach. I'm not in charge of that. One of my assistants does. Junior high volleyball and basketball. Rollins County Atwood High School Wrestling Club, wrestling. High school basketball, high school boys basketball, Lady Buffs basketball, high school boys basketball, track. We've even got some youth programs. We've got Atwood Youth Football Program, youth basketball, Atwood Kids Wrestling Club. So we have all these things that we are very open to our public about. Excuse me. We also have D, which is 510 Main. This is our local youth center. It's provided by the Main Street Foundation here in Atwood. But this is utilized to help the tutoring sessions for students. We have this throughout the fall of each and every year, and that will continue to be there. That's something that we do. We have local people, individuals that will go in. They'll have a certain night that they have different activities go on. If they need some tutoring session, but it's there for the students. Great resource. Other things we do within the community, we have career exploration. Our counselor has 2 scheduled career fairs for the students for just local businesses. We have a lot of businesses here in town. Everything from engineers out at Surefire Ag, to electronics engineers at Surefire Electronic, to lawyers, to doctors, to business folk, to farmers, ranchers, anything. We have a lot of opportunity here, which is kind of crazy being in the small town, but we do. So we've set up, and our counselors help set up. We will go in rounds, so we'll have 6 or 7 each semester, and then they will just come back every 2 years because we have so many opportunities available. And then we can start getting our sophomores, our juniors, and our seniors an idea of what they might want to do and potentially bring them back so we can continue some of these businesses that have been started. High school science teacher takes students to the hospital for career exploration. She does that in the spring. Counselor scheduled an annual Next Tech Career Fair in Hayes that the kids go to so they can see other opportunities outside of Rollins County. Scheduled a trip to McCook for career exploration. Science teacher takes students to Surefire Ag, again for a career exploration. So we have a lot of exploration opportunities for our students in just our local businesses. That does not include the other local businesses that may come up and visit to one of the classes. Junior high social studies teacher hosts various professions for career explorations in her class. Just in the fall when she has that career class, she'll call in a banker and they'll come in and they'll talk about different aspects of the bank and how that works, loans, what kids need to learn about those and things of that nature. She'll also take students to the banks. Counselors planning to host a parent night to help with financial aid information. We do that so parents know what's going on. We'll do that this spring, shortly after spring break. The high school hosts other parent information nights, including parent-teacher conferences, fall sports nights, winter sports night, just the parents' nights in general. We also do other things with our parents. We bring them in. We want them to be a part of it. Our ag teacher, she goes above and beyond. She hosts a women's welding night. We talked about in class, other income, other monies coming in. And one thing she does is she will charge. She will charge a certain fee to help cover materials, but also to help her program. And last year was the first year she did it, and it blossomed. I think she had almost 30 women there that wanted to learn how to weld, and they wanted to do, and she had a little project, and it was really kind of cool to see some of the females there. Don't have it up here, but our art teacher does that as well. She did it this summer. It was her first year art teacher. She's been in the district for 15 years, but her love was art. And she provided that as well for them. And so we've got a lot of cool things that go on. Rollins County Schools will continue to build strong relationships with parent involvement groups, support groups, booster clubs, site council, ag backers. These are all groups that that we work with. The ag backers, I just found out tonight, we've got 2 girls going, and our ag teacher going to Washington, D.C. for a women's leadership conference this summer. And the ag backers just today said that they would pay $500 a person for each of those girls. So that's $1,000 that they're offering to send our students to Washington. And they're going to do some other fundraisers, but that pays for over half of their trip. Booster Club, they do a lot of things for us. They help us with, they just bought some mats for the elementary school last year. They're going to buy some new mats up here for the high school, as far as the mats that you see in the gym and things of that nature. Site council, we have those meetings. We inform them of what's going on so that they can inform everybody else, because not everybody can go to the school board meeting, or not everybody in the community is involved. So we want everybody to know what's going on up here. We want everybody to want to admire it. The administration will work hard to enhance and grow all forms of communication throughout the year. Communication is key in any group, any school, any business, any whatever it may be. Firm believer that we will continue to do this. Sure, we mess up, but that's why we'll continue to make it better. K-12, they have Ag in the Classroom. This involves the extension agents in a partnership. The first Friday of every month, our ag teacher and the students. It is student-led down there at the elementary school, but they will go down and they will perform Ag in the Classroom. And they teach the kids about agriculture and some of those things. We're up 12 students this year, just in the high school, and about that in the elementary school. So a lot of those kids that we get to move in, some are agriculture related, some are not, but it allows kids to see the ag side of things. Various school organization, public activities. We have a National Anthem project. This is done during the football season. It is amazing. We get all of our elementary students out there, junior high students, and high school students that are involved in vocal music, and they get out there, they sing the National Anthem, and then they let off balloons, and they have outlined USA. They'll have red, white, and blue shirts on, so a red U, white S, blue A. And if you check out the news, go back to the archives, I believe it was on KSN News, it made it on there, and it was really it's just an amazing thing. We have our Veterans Day program. Again, we have a lot of singing going on there. They stand up and they salute to all the veterans there in the fall. And it's pretty emotional thing. It's pretty cool. We have community caroling. Obviously they do this during Christmas time. Groups will just go around and just kind of help bring Merry Christmas to just our little community. And then we're fortunate because we can still do those things in a small community. We have a community Christmas project. That's a big tree lighting. They do all sorts of stuff downtown with that. We have a dinner show that our consort program puts on in the spring. We have our K-12 community service projects. We have NHS, SAD, FFA, high school football, reading volunteers, activities, Good Samaritan residents. There are a lot of things that go on. I know being in the high school football side of it, we help with the county fair. We help set up, help tear down. It's not a great big fair, but it's the PR side for these students. I know my daughter is in 6th grade, and they do a lot with our PDC. It's our special needs community. So we do a lot of different things throughout the course of the year, which goes to right here with our PDC. We have 9 through 12. We always go down and eat dinner with them during football season. They do it during basketball season, football and volleyball. They do it in the fall. Basketball and wrestling, they do it in the spring. 6th grade, again, has monthly activities that they do with them. So we're building those relationships, which is what our major goal is here. We have our 7th and 8th grade science fair that we perform here at the high school in the auditorium. Our art show and our wood show. That's our wood shop teacher and our art teacher. They put together a show, and they close off the gym and have drinks and punch and cookies and cheese and and just little things to bring people in so they can see what the students are doing here at the high school. We have a community musical that gets put on every summer. We have an outside source that comes in, works with our internal music teachers, and they put that production on. Just another community involvement type thing. We have our E-Fair, public use projects. Judges are selected from the community. So we have community members come in. It rotates. Business owners, things like that, they come in and they judge. And that is going to actually be next week. However, K-12 Safety Day and Emergency Services, this is every 2 years, where our different emergency services come in and talk to the kids and tell them about the police force and the ambulance services and things of the fire station, fire services, and things of that nature. K through 6 Kansas Day activities. We have museum visit, library presentations. Those occur in the spring. Okay, still obviously in January. Ag Backers and FFA partnership. They meet every quarter during the school year. Big supporter. Big supporter of our FFA programs. They had the opportunity this fall when they went to National Convention, when the President Trump spoke at the National Convention. They weren't going to go. I always tell my teachers, sometimes it's okay if you ask for forgiveness when you have opportunities. And my ag teacher did, and absolutely I was 100% on board, because our kids got to listen to President Trump speak. And that was something that they really wanted. So it was okay. It was a good opportunity, good example, or good eye-opening experience for them, per se. We have various grants from the public: the Base Foundation, Hanson, Surefire, Midwest Energy, Masons, Lions, Rotary. Gosh, I could go on and on and on. We have a lot of local grants and scholarships and things of that nature that are available for not only our students, but our staff and things like that. One thing that's pretty cool is our junior class takes a trip to Abilene every fall. Part of this is funded through various grants that we have locally. They go to the Seeley Mansion, they go to the Eisenhower Museum, and they tour all of historic Abilene, and it's really a special opportunity for them, because that's a little bit far away from here for just a Sunday trip. They spend the night and everything else. It's great. Junior class goes to the Jayhawk Theater. Jayhawk Theater will offer, if we've got some kind of movie or something that ties into what they're talking about, they will get that movie, they will put it on and allow it to work. Junior class, this is actually next week. They're going to go listen to a mock trial with our local justice system. Our government teacher has this set up, and it's worked great. Last year we were very fortunate because the Kansas Supreme Court came out to Western Kansas, and they put on they heard some different cases over there in Colby, and our kids were able to go there as well. Jayhawk Theater also offers a local movie. It also offers discounts to teacher recommended movies during the year. So if there's, they'll call up here and they'll ask what we're doing, and if there's a movie that they're going to put on, and if it's something tied in educationally, they'll offer $1 off concession items if the kids go. So it's really kind of cool how all this ties in. Local newspaper, gosh, they provide articles for all the activities going on at the elementary school and the high school during this year. We had a full spread on our Ag Olympics and the winner of the classes. We had a senior class one, and then they got to take on myself as far as things to do. So you had to ride this little blow-up bouncy thing. Then you had to rope. And the newspaper does a great job of covering that, as well as all sorts of various activities that we have. Public library, we have a summer reading program. This is annually. They do it in the summer. If you read so much, then you get so much. You get You get to be a part of dodgeball. 2 years ago, it was the Colby Community